Who is most likely to get a spontaneous tattoo? Jeremy? Hey everyone, it's your girl Emily Curl with iHeartRadio, and today we're hanging out with Chelsea Cutler and Jeremy Zucker. What's up, guys? How are you?
What's going on? Doing well.
Let's talk new music. So this past February, you both released Brent 2, which first off, congratulations. Take me back to that moment when it was released. What was going through your mind? What were you feeling having this project out in the world?
Definitely felt really good. I think that Brent 2 was the culmination of like a lot of thought and energy for us. And I know, Jeremy really hustled on the production side and did an amazing job. And I know that was a ton of work for him. So I'm sure it feels like really rewarding for him to kind of have like that, to just be able to showcase, like how far he's come as a producer. You can probably speak to that better than I can, but I know just as a friend, I'm very proud of how Jeremy crushed that.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Finishing it was a huge weight off my shoulders. Chelsea said it pretty well. I really, really challenged myself on this one. In terms of how much time Chelsea and I spent writing the songs, like physically figuring out the chords and the melody and the lyrics, it wasn't that much time at all compared to how much time I spent like working and reworking the production on everything and making it sound like tight. And because basically it was my first time really trying to make like a fully organically recorded song. Like there are very, very few electronic instruments in the whole project. And yeah, Chelsea and I were just recording all tons of random stuff onto my computer, and I just spent months like mixing it and editing it and rearranging stuff.
For you both, how did you know when it was done?
We just knew.
Yeah,
You
that's
just knew.
a question. I feel like that type of stuff is really intuitive.
I definitely knew when we were close, and I would send something to Chelsea and she'd be like, yeah, that's it. And I'd be like, wait, I want to change this little thing. And she'd be like, it's good. So I'll be like, okay, I guess it's good.
Now, I love a good heartfelt sad song. And for many reasons, Emily is my favorite on Brent 2. Obviously, because my name's Emily, so I was excited to see one with my name on it. Now, for you both, who is Emily for each of you in the song, and what does that represent?
For me, it's definitely not a specific person. I don't like have a person who has like played that role in my life, but I think it's kind of for me just more in like a embodiment of like a toxic and difficult relationship of like I feel like it's two people who really love each other but just really like aren't compatible or meant to be.
It's interesting because Emily is everything that you're hearing about in the lyrics. It's the person, it's like Emily's partner, right? Like that all this negative and really intense stuff is coming from. So like, at least I feel like when Chelsea and I wrote it, it's like sort of we were the Emily and this other person was saying all these things to us.
Interesting.
It's easier to just say like, who is your Emily? It's just about like a toxic relationship. And
Yeah.
I think it's very common when you're younger. Chelsea and I have both been through like pretty typical younger heartbreak.
And now that the project has kind of been out for a little bit and, your fans can really sit with the lyrics, sit with the songs, is there anything surprising for you both that your fans picked up on, or maybe that related to their lives that you didn't necessarily, intend on the song to be about, but that they surprised you with it?
A couple fans picked up like Chelsea's last song on the project, The Stars, and then my solo song, Brooklyn Boy. There's a line in Brooklyn Boy it's my friend Lauren talking, and she says, do you think the stars wish on us? Because I think they do. And in Chelsea's next song, she's talking about like fate and destiny and the stars. It's because the stars said so. And it was not intentional. Like we wrote those songs completely separately, and they just made it on the project together. And it was this nice little like moment where it all made sense.
And the fans discovered it first before you two realized it?
Yeah.
It's amazing. And now these are both special projects for you both. What do you think is like the main takeaway memory or something that like you hold really close to you in the making of Brent and Brent 2? Is there one standout moment?
I don't know how much we really talk about it in interviews, but the process was really hard in the beginning. Like Chelsea and I were definitely dealing with some writer's block, and I remember like I was working in the production room and Chelsea was in the live room, and I walked in after like an hour of just messing around, sort of getting frustrated, and I sit down next to Chelsea and she's like, listen to what I wrote, and she starts playing the beginning of Parent Song, and I'm just sitting there like so enamored by it, like on the brink of tears, and I was like, okay, that's it, we need to work on this.
Wow. What was that like for you, Chelsea? Like seeing Jeremy feel so emotional with that?
I get really nervous and like in my head showing Jeremy like things that I do on my own, because I feel like, I mean, we've talked about this a lot, but like my writing style is like I'll write 100 songs pretty like hastily, and like maybe a few of those are good, and I don't really like think so deliberately while I'm writing, whereas like Jeremy is very careful, and like everything he does is pretty much golden because he is very deliberate and molds what he's doing kind of as he's making it. So for me, my like method of giving ideas to Jeremy is just like, oh, look what I wrote, look what I wrote, look what I wrote, and hoping that one of those is like cool and is like worth
that Jeremy gives a stamp of approval.
So yeah, I get really nervous kind of, but I was really stoked that he liked it.
Okay, so that's interesting. So is that why you think you two make such a good pair, because you have such different writing styles?
It works really well because I'm so meticulous and specific that it sometimes holds me back, and Chelsea writes so much that I don't want to speak out of turn for you, but I feel like you write so much that you're not even really sure anymore what's special and what's not. And so we complement each other really well in that way. Chelsea helps me get out of my head and like remove the mental barriers that stop me from like working on stuff and writing new stuff, and I help Chelsea like really dig through and find the gold in what she's made.
Totally.
Wow. And now I feel like a question that you guys get asked all the time is there going to be future collabs? And do we have an answer? Do we have anything else coming from the both of you?
I mean, we'll definitely work together in some capacity, like moving forward. I don't know what that will look like.
Yeah, we're both working on our own sophomore albums right now.
And is that coming in 2021 for both of you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, before we let you guys go, we thought we could play a game in honor of the friendship that you guys share, and also the musical genius as well. The game is called Most Likely To. So I'm going to give you a scenario, and you tell me between the two of you who is most likely to do it. Sound good?
Deal.
Jeremy sits back. All right, so who is most likely to write a song in the weirdest place?
I feel like probably me. I've written songs on like airplanes and bathrooms.
I cannot do that.
Jeremy, you have to be in a set location.
I gotta be here.
Who is most likely to get a spontaneous tattoo? Jeremy?
Yeah, Chelsea really needs to think about it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Who is most likely to forget lyrics while on stage?
Definitely Jeremy.
Every time.
Wait, you knew immediately. Why do you say that, Jeremy?
Because I forget every time, and the more out of practice I am, which is all the time these days, I forget lyrics.
Okay, last one for you guys. Who is most likely to fall in love every day?
I feel like I'm more impulsive with like thinking things are awesome, but it's probably more meaningful from Jeremy.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know if love is the right word, but I like definitely obsess over things in like a positive way, whether it's like movies or artists or food. like
if you like something, you really like it.
I like something, I love it. Yeah.
And then Chelsea, you're more like you like it all and you like want to try it all.
Yeah, I just think I'm more like my attention span is a lot shorter.
Well, Chelsea Cutler, Jeremy Zucker, thank you both so much for being here. Congratulations on Brent 2. And hopefully next time I see you guys, it's in person at our iHeart studio.
Thanks,
Heck
Emily.
yeah, thank you so much.
Of course. We'll see you soon. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.